sunt Mati și mulți mă știți ca Mati TV sau mai multe nume. Astăzi o să reacționăm la chestii, nu contează. Habar n-am. Nu știu. Vedem ce se întâmplă. Aștept să intre lume pe live și după aia spuneți-mi chestii care v-ar plăcea să le vedeți și reacționez. Ce chestia asta? Nu mă aud. Nu știu. Care mi-ar fi microfonul? Ok, mi-a găsit microfonul. Cum ar trebui normal să mă aud mult mai bine ca înainte? Nu știu, și sper. Hai să vedem. Repede să opresc puțin muzica. Da, mă aud mai bine. Ok, dar în orice caz o să dăm muzica mai încet puțin. Așa. Bun. Bun. Mă ajut de telefon să mă aud singur pe live. Așa. Bun. Ok. E bine. Hai să vedem ce găsim azi. La ce putem viziona. Ce vi s-ar părea interesant. Live YouTube și Twitch și acest și-o dat drumul la Live Creative Monkeys.
Hai că au trecut și generații.
Mă, ce...
Dar, da. Bă,
Ce toate emisiunile de gătit. Ță. Păi ne uităm la video. Poate totuși ar trebui să schimb asta de la live stream. La statistics în loc de comedie ar trebui să o pun pe gaming. Cred că ar fi mai ok. Cred că ar fi mai ok. Slept into a camper. Ia să vedem. Ia să vedem.
What if I told you I built a tiny home on the inside of this work van? Well, you probably believe me because you clicked on this.
Așa.
In real life, and that's because it's stealthy. Now I'm doing this because one day while scrolling YouTube,
Să opresc melodia de pe...
I clicked on this video that led me down a rabbit hole of watching other stealth camper van videos, and logically the next step was to try it myself with no experience. The goal, build a stealthy tiny home in a normal work van. To test the goal, survive overnight in the Taco Bell parking lot. Guys, I think we're in the right spot to pick up the van. Oh yeah, real quick, I had to actually buy a van first. I went through Facebook Marketplace, and as you can see, they're pretty expensive. But this beautiful 2011 Sprinter van was more budget friendly at $7,900. So I got the keys from the seller to do a quick test drive.
Bun început. Foarte bun început.
So we didn't get this one. I drove over a couple hours away for that one, so it was disappointing, but the next day I found this beauty, a 2006 Mercedes Sprinter van listed for $7,400.
It'll shoot sometimes the first, and then it won't shoot the second.
Yeah, the transmission was slightly cooked, but at least it started.
Da, mă, cu transmisia, bă, băiatule.
400. Would you guys do this van?
6.000 de euro. Ok. Merge. Pentru cutie futută merge bine. Dar nu mai da, bă, flashbang-uri, bă, ce mă enervează ăștia de dau flashbang-uri de ce arată. Da.
Project, and I have to start out by cutting a wooden frame, and that'll serve as a good base to put our insulation down, and of course our actual floor on top of. Then I used a caulking gun with premium adhesive. I was excited for this part because I've never used one before, and let me tell you, it was fun. It didn't disappoint. And to make it stick, I laid heavy objects on it and even screwed it down to the metal floor.
Era mai ușor să dea direct un horșorobor decât să o lipească așa, da. Ok. Din câte știu aia pentru soare. Da, ok. Nu e chiar așa de cozy cum pare. Ma dacă își pune el ceva mai
that I will drill down into the frame. I had to custom cut the pieces so it fit nicely on our expansive square footage of our mobile tiny home.
Nu știu, eu totuși n-aș face chestia asta într-un parcare. Mă vede toată lumea. Acum n-am spun ce n-aș face eu, dar mi se pare cam ciudat așa faci toată chestia asta într-o parcare. Cred că mai ușor ai face-o acasă.
Underlayment. This is another moisture barrier, but more importantly, it needs to go on before I put on the vinyl tiles. Right out the gate, I love this color. I was gonna choose this or purple. Please enjoy this satisfying time lapse as I put the peel and stick vinyl tiles in. And as you can see, I was able to put a lot down as is, but I also had to cut some to fit the floor plan perfectly.
Și atunci cer scuze dacă calculatorul face un pic avionul, n-am apucat încă să-l curăț și cam are praf în el. Și da, cam trage aer așa, mai urât un pic. E ok, e ok.
So first I caught this box that fell out of the sky, and inside I found what's called deadening insulation. This is a peel and stick material that's supposed to help reduce rattle sounds in the van, but you tell me.
Ok.
Yeah, I don't know if that test was legit, but either way, I'm putting a lot of these in the van.
Păi
and then I'm
tablă mi se pare normal să troncăne.
for the walls.
Așa mai bine punea spumă direct.
Would you look at that? It's a new day and I'm putting insulation in the walls. It's so funny how this took forever when I was doing it in real life, but I can just sit here and edit it to make me finish in less than a minute.
Do you have a permit?
Oh, and towards the end of the day, my friend Josh showed up to help me put the fluffy insulation in. And his wife Maggie also showed up with some boba, which I appreciated.
Comment down below if you like boba.
I personally love boba, the gelatinous ball.
Ok.
Balls inside, make it a fun drink. And yeah, this fluffy insulation is really good at getting those nooks and crannies.
I'm excited for Crunchwrap Supreme.
Me too. Breaking news, YouTuber Hang Time, aka Michael Stark, has been asked to move his van by the president of the HOA after having it in the same spot at the neighborhood park for over a week. And to be honest, no one blames
Ce
him.
ziceam?
Guys, we're at a new location. Yeah, that's actually a true story, by the way, but thankfully a church let me use their parking lot, and that's where we are now. Anyway, I'm going light speed as I show myself insulate the rest of the van, even the ceiling, because if I don't show it, I don't
Tu la
want anyone
biserică, omul meu.
came here and built a tiny house for me. And now that it's fully insulated, I can work on the exterior of the walls by screwing the wooden slabs into the side frames. For the walls, I chose blue wallpaper.
Mamă, că dă cu tapet, bă.
Feels like I'm putting on a really big iPhone screen protector.
Mamă, ce urât l-a pus. Mai bine nu-l punea. Mai bine vopsea.
It's ceiling time. This is a fun one. Trust me.
As you can tell, something super technical and carpentry is about to happen. I am making the crown molding. Is this crown molding? I don't know. Probably not, but that's what I'm calling it.
Yeah, I just looked up some pictures of crown molding while I'm editing, and it's definitely not, but I did paint it and try to make it look really nice. And as I was waiting for it to dry, some random dude came up to me and said something.
Thanks, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate that.
Okay, just kidding. I actually know that guy. That's my boy Grant, and he was going to prepare for a message. I'll link it in the description in case you want to check it out. But I tried to
100% el l-a pus să spună asta.
so I put it up.
Bă, pentru o viespe. Mai spărgea și un geam.
Guys, National Geographic reached out to me after this. Be on the lookout for me on the next survival TV show. But anyway,
Pentru
I actually
viespe.
put the roof on, and this was without a doubt the hardest part of the entire project, as you'll soon see why.
Oh, dude, that wind's insane. Oh my! Okay, I'm actually not joking. Ow.
And no, I wasn't talking about the wind almost making me go parasail.
This is definitely at least a 2-person job, if not a 4-person job, okay? I'm gonna try to drill this into the van ceiling, but I don't know how I'm gonna hold it up while I'm drilling.
Okay, I forgot to paint it first, which killed about an hour, but yeah, little did I know this was about to be very difficult.
Where's my drill? Oh, crap.
În orice caz se chinuie cam mult. Și un pic cam zestii, dar ok. Să zicem. să
Oh, I
zicem.
might have gotten a little whiplash, but I'm not giving up that easy.
On the grill, where's the drill seems to be
Ok, am vrut să văd dacă merge.
ow, my head. This really hurts.
Bă, băiatule.
Ow, my head. I have to cry right now.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't the best way to do this, but there was no one else around, so
Bă,
I didn't
ăsta e
know what to do.
prost,
Also, I had
bă.
to make sure I drilled a big wooden slab balancing on my head into the metal part of the van and not the insulation, otherwise it wouldn't stay. Yeah, I was actually getting super frustrated and decided to give it one last try by myself.
Omul meu pune în chiloți și tot are holster de la baterie ca să poți să o pui pe pantaloni. Deci, da.
I might need to phone a friend tomorrow.
Did I buy donuts and kolaches for my friend who works at the church just to ask him to help me with the ceiling? Not entirely, but it did cross my mind.
And then, let me get my, okay, there we go.
Well, guys, I sure am happy my boy Matt agreed to help because now it wasn't impossible, but I needed him to hold it up strong while I drilled it in multiple times so the wood didn't split.
Keep holding. Keep pressing.
Și acum să rupe.
I can't do this much longer. My arms. Bro, grow taller. Tippy toes, dude. Come on. Imagine being set back.
Așa, ăsta la să chinuie în orice caz.
Like right there.
Și trebuie să fii prost rău, nu așa.
Rubber burning workout extended only a little longer, and I think I had enough screws in to let Matt go.
I hope it doesn't fall. I still have to screw in some more, but I think you're free to go back to work.
Everyone, please say good job, Matt, in the comments. He watches my videos, and I couldn't have done it without him. Okay, this part was a bold choice on my end, and quite frankly, looking back at it, I don't know why I chose to do this. So I'll give you guys a pass to roast me on this if you want, but I was kind of going for the cottage look. I don't know.
De
but
când timp e
evidently I
postat
liked the
ăsta?
way it looked after I did it. Step 4, see
10 luni, hoio.
Hasn't even happened. I should probably put on gloves for this part so I don't have tetanus by the time this video is done.
Taking that out was easy, but the rest not so much. Because remember, these are like 20-year-old screws and nuts.
Come on, brother. I hate this part because I can't reach these screws.
Yeah, that wasn't the right tool to cut metal, so I went and bought
Ești cam
this
prost.
and it can do better.
Bă, toate astea pentru
So I was just gonna have to get out
pentru a
these
scoate
stubborn
niște
screws.
șuruburi, bă. Trebuie să fii prost. Trebuie să fii prost rău.
The problem now is whatever genius installed this made it so that the screwdriver doesn't fit because this part is jutting out, this metal part, so I
De
can't
parcă nu
even get
există
a proper
flex.
angle to unscrew it, so I might just have to barbarically rip it down.
Foarte barbar.
You thought you could beat me?
After vacuuming and sealing the crack with aluminum tape, I found something pretty cool.
Guys, look what I found while I was vacuuming. I
Mhm.
mean, this is good
Un
to have
extintor.
in a tiny home, but I feel like we should make sure it works, you know? I don't know.
Păi așa se termină și...
That was exactly as fun as I thought it would be. Anyway, now I'm putting up some curtains as a simple solution to privacy, and for the back ones, I made
Foarte
sure to
mult
add a rock
privacy.
for a more homey touch. Step 5, Camping World. Guys, this is the first time I've been to this store, and let me tell you, it's incredible. I found a portable power station with solar panels for
Ce tare, magazinul
I
gen.
found a myriad of portable Wi-Fi options for our connectivity solution, and even a toilet for our Taco Bell solution.
I think your boy found a solution to use the restroom. Do you mind just the recording? See if like hold me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, oh, this guy, he's demonstrating.
Guys, it's a little small for me, but overall, I loved it. So I dropped a bag at Camping World and even got some free pizza they had on the way out.
I became a member today. Oh really? Yeah. Thank you.
No, seriously, I actually got a membership at Camping World at the checkout. I think this is the day I officially became a dad. But in other news, when I got back to the van, I discovered I had a big problem. The problem is the bed couch I got isn't tall enough to fit over the wheel well. But don't fret, I put those dad handyman skills to use and figured out a solution.
Foarte greu.
The solution is to make 4 thick wooden blocks that will elevate the legs of the couch. They'll also serve the purpose of holding the couch in place so it doesn't move around when I drive. To secure them in the floor, I used 5-inch nails and even liquid nails.
Mă, că hai că nails dacă e. Și alea șuruburi. Și nails înseamnă cuie.
This step was amazing. Before we start decorating like our lives depend on it, I thought it'd be smart to charge the power station.
Bro, there's no way my neighbors don't think I'm insane. But
But yeah, hopefully this is actually catching energy even though it's cloudy outside today. I don't really know how the science works. This bench I'm putting in now, I definitely didn't get from my house.
Okay, don't tell my wife. She's probably watching this video after I upload it. Honey, I'm sorry.
That actually fits perfectly over the wheel well and maximizes the space and functionality in here. So I figured I'd grab another piece of furniture from my house and I drilled this small table to the wall.
Ce prost.
Now this toilet, I just had to make sure I knew how to use, and then I put it in the front between the seats. But we might use it later. Hey, check it out, some slide-out drawers. I'm gonna put clothes and bedding in there, but right now I wanted to install just a few of the lights.
We need good entertainment in here.
I can finally go camping.
What's that? Did someone order a stock mini fridge? Now the rest of the things I'll show you during the all-nighter, but I did want to show you that I actually folded all
Broski
the
se
clothes
cam
into my wife's
chinuie.
closet. They fit nicely right under the couch bed alongside our bedding.
My first actually questionable purchase. Wait, are you kidding me? Never mind, this is sick.
Before
Hai
rolling
că
out,
da.
I had to make sure we had ample lighting, which is why I bought like 12 of the Energizer rectangular lights.
Oh.
I'm sorry if I just jump scared you, but
Hai
guys,
că da.
it's camouflage time.
We have a crucial step in making sure that this stealth camper van is undetectable. And it's ironic because I'm back in the spot where I got kicked out by the president of the HOA. In my right hand are 2 construction vests, which I'm going to set on the dash. Nothing screams like a work van more than construction vests. But to truly make it a stealth camper, I ordered something that looks so good. I love it. And I have one last surprise before we go to the Taco Bell and try to spend an all-nighter. By the way, I'm freezing right now, so I guess I'll test the quality of the insulation tonight.
Mai bine că și-a dus câinele.
Give it up for the one and only Cedric.
Cedric, how you doing?
I'd be better if you'd shut up and take us to Taco Bell already. I'm starving over here.
Final
Ce
step,
bine
stealth
zice
camp at
câinele.
Taco Bell. The goal, survive overnight and be the first one for breakfast. We are currently stealth camping. Well, actually, Cedric is because he's the only one in there. Although I gotta be honest, part of me is wondering if the hang time plumbing with a dog's face is making this stick out even more than just a regular white cargo van. But too late now, we're rolling with it. But we're not rolling through the drive-thru to get food because we're too tall, so we're going in.
And while I go in, should I set up a hidden camera to watch Cedric? All right, you stay here, little buddy.
Kendrick Cam.
Cedric is stealth camping. I just set up that running camera.
I can't believe we're gonna be here until morning. My go-to order is a cheesy gordita crunch. I was a bit ambitious there. Also a bean burrito, a steak quesadilla, and enough hot sauce to hurt you.
Like my dad always said, a life without goals is futile, and a video without goals is futile too. Goal number 1, eat this entire bag of Taco Bell. It's actually a pretty good goal, honestly. I got a lot. If I accomplish
Proastă
that
decizie.
goal, I think we're gonna have the goal of using the toilet too. Goal number 2, my younger audience will like this one. Get a Vic Royale in Fortnite in the camper van. And goal number 3 is so serious I had to stand up for it. Don't
Broski
die
și-a
or get
dus
arrested.
Xbox.
Maybe he'll like Ryan.
Okay, that one was actually on me. I should have known not to play one of my videos with him in it. Bro wants smoke with himself any day of the week. But watching Ryan's video, he was super chill and even doing some tricks for me in exchange for steak quesadilla bits.
Guys, I gotta say,
Real quick, let me show you something that may or may not lead to a dance party.
this light shape that I have here actually changes colors when you play music. Watch this. It's
Foarte
dancing to the
faină
music.
melodia.
Let's dance, Seti. Let's dance.
De ce toată lumea o folosește? Probabil că e fără copyright.
Okay, dance party is temporarily done because I
Nu că vin
What the
poliția.
fuck was that, guys? I'm not joking. I'm glad I'm recording. Cedric, who was that? No.
Cedric.
Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. There's actually someone banging on the...
Păi și tu dacă vorbești.
Hey, hold on, bruh. Now, did I just grab a banana and the flower toy as a weapon against someone who's banging on the van?
Ce prost.
But important context, I genuinely thought it was my friend Josh, who you guys saw earlier, because he got the invite, but I was wrong. Guys, it's not Josh, but it is the only other person I invited, my brother Ben. I'm honestly surprised he showed up, but I did know it had to be one of them. I definitely have been screwed, but on to goal number 2. Get a victory royale.
Nu, cu cât o lampă.
Angry at me. Obviously that was an accident. I don't know how that happened, and thankfully when we watch it back in slow-mo, Cedric was merely grazed. Get out, get storm, don't throw it, just get out. This is a YouTube video because the Fortnite needed to update for like 5 hours. Guys, I'm sorry about that. That just shows I don't play Fortnite. What could I say? Let's go! Victory royale! But in other news, Ben left, and now Cedric and I are going into our burrito blankets. We are burrito buddies. I'm so grateful to be here watching Facing the Giants as I'm stealth camping. Oh, and did I mention I had the cutest burrito dog in between my legs? Let's go. They won. I forgot how good of a movie Facing the Giants is. If you've never seen it before, I highly recommend. Anyways, you might have noticed I changed into my PJs and am making the bed. That's because it's time to go to sleep. And real quick, can we just take a moment to collectively appreciate how cute Cedric is getting ready for bed?
Broski se învârte.
Loves to go in between the nook of my legs for some reason, even at home whenever I sit on the couch to watch something. Hopefully we can make it through the night and wake up to some Taco Bell breakfast. I'm actually quite cozy and warm. Good night, guys. I hope I see you in the morning. Check out what it looks like outside. No one is here. What time does this Taco Bell open? Evidently not at 6:15 a.m., but I did see another place that was open. Maybe I should go stealth camping again. If you're staying on YouTube, check out the video that's being shown to you on the screen right now. I bet you'll love it. I appreciate you watching.
Ok, dăm rate la toată chestia asta. 6 din 10. Eu nu mi s-a părut cine știe ce. M-am uitat cam degeaba, dar ok. Măcar m-am uitat la ceva. Nu o să mă mai uit și la asta. Ce? Ia să vedem.
I'm building a tiny office under my stairs because I desperately need it if I'm going to get anywhere.
Ok, ce trebuie să-mi iau pernă neapărat.
Revealing the final project to ex-Pittsburgh Steelers
Ok.
woodwork for John Malecki, and I've got a feeling that somehow I'm going to mess this up.
I messed up big time.
I made a lot of dumb choices in this video, with the first one being the tool I used to demo this wall.
Ce
I
prost.
spent the last 8 years as a professional man child doing YouTube, so this is the tool I'm most familiar with at this point. Machines under the stairs are really low, so it's going to be tight. Gonna have to get creative with this one. Well, there's no going back now. Since leaving
Ce
my
pereți
previous
la
YouTube
băie
company,
ăștia.
Team
Normal
Edge,
că dacă
and
vine
starting this channel
o
about a year ago,
furtună,
which
normal
is
că
based
cade
on
toată
my
casa jos.
brand
Mi se
of
pare
woodwork.
ceva foarte
I've been
normal.
doing all my computer work from our guest room, and like most people's guest room, over 90% of the time, it's unoccupied by guests. But recently, my beloved mother-in-law came to stay for a couple weeks, which meant I had to go to the less desirable option number 2, a camping table in our living room. Now we love having legit. Because with 3 kids, things get noisy and distracting, so daddy's gotta focus. When my
Cu
mother-in-law
3
left, I
copii
was
și
able
încă
to get
face
back into my
chestii de
office.
astea.
I'm filming here.
But at this point in time, we had a big life change coming in the near future. My daughter was due in a month, and my mother-in-law was set to return.
About all this, yeah.
But this time for longer, 3 weeks. Which I was looking forward to, but now I've got to figure out a solution. But the more I thought about it, I realized I just didn't really have a good spot in the house to go to that I could isolate myself in. Meanwhile, for the past few years, I've obviously been obsessed with DIY and have watched 100 videos about people installing things under their stairs, and have always dreamed of doing something like that myself. It took a while for those two thoughts to collide, but when they did, it was something epic. I was like, oh, cool. It seemed like a great solution. I need an office. It literally doesn't take up any room. In fact, it creates room out of thin air, and secretly I'd bring back a childhood dream of mine, to have a tiny fort in my house. Oh, come on, don't pretend like you don't want that too. Well, these beams are out, and I told my wife that no one is allowed on the stairs until I walk on them in a bit. You see how I'm sitting there? When I started to plan this project, I had no idea how uncomfortable I was going to be for months, because I didn't think of the fact that I'd be spending such an incredibly long time in a tiny box curled up like a contortionist in order to build this thing. In my last project, I made a table with a real waterfall coming off the side of it,
Broski
which
se
was
plânge,
awesome.
dar
You
tot
should
el
definitely
vrea
go
să
check that
facă
out after
chestia
this one.
asta, mi se
But I
pare
spent about 3
penibil.
months bent over the side of that table, back throbbing because I have a core just about as strong as an apple's. And I thought that was hard on
Fucking
my
Johnny
back, but
Sins.
that was nothing compared to the strain on my back in this project. I think for the next couple projects, I'm not going to choose anything that's going to fold me in half like this. Hopefully I can make it somewhat comfortable to be in, but I also need to make it easy to get in and out of because that's proven to be difficult. I think I'm going to have to figure out a solution that'll make it so I don't need to get on my hands and knees to get in this thing. Right now, it's looking pretty rough. Can't believe I'm going to reveal this to John Malecki. What have I got myself into? More on him later. Did I get you on that one? After I had the idea for this project and the initial excitement leveled out a bit, reality set in. I started to second guess this thing. First, there was the thought that if somebody eats one too many chimichangas and walks on this thing while I'm under it, it could crush me.
I'm not giving up on this. You should do it.
Then someone suggested that it might reduce the value of my home, but really my main concern was something else. Just that I didn't think I could do it. Sure, I could blow the wall out under the stairs and stick a beach chair in there. That'd be easy. But there ain't no settling for easy on this channel. And I felt like what I wanted was a little too ambitious for my current skill level.
What's that? I am working really hard.
If you saw my last video, you know what I'm talking about. I made mistake after mistake. So I was hesitant on whether I should do this or not because of the fact that I'd probably just mess it up under a pile of mistakes. And I don't know what it is with me, but I make a lot of them. So if I didn't end up doing this project, there was only one other option, finding an office to rent. And let me tell you, that brought about a strange coincidence. Somehow, magically, when I brought up the idea of working away from home, my wife suddenly fell in love with the stairs idea. Jokes aside, she actually did love the idea and encouraged me to do it. She wasn't worried at all about me making mistakes, which gave me a moment of foolish courage. So I watched some YouTube videos on how to fortify stairs, thought it might reduce our home value, but if this thing looks really awesome, maybe it'll raise it. I set a hilariously optimistic build schedule. Somehow, I was under the impression that I would build this thing in 3 weeks. So I shot a hole in the wall and got to work.
I don't know how I'm gonna work under the stairs for the next month. My back.
If you were to tell me that I'd spend as long as I did hunched up in a tiny little box, I'd have said, I'm not on Team Edge anymore, and I'd have politely spat in your face. If you aren't familiar with Team Edge, that's my previous channel where we did nothing but build all sorts of crazy contraptions and crazy stuff to have fun with and play games.
We're doing a YouTube video. Yeah. Right there, baby.
That was one of the most fun times of my life, but after 8 years, it was time to say goodbye and move on to the next thing. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Joey, and this is Man-Made, a channel all about building toward one of the dopest workshops you've ever seen and using it to create awesome stuff. This is what I've been
Foarte
passionate about for the
magnific.
past 5 years, and it's always been a dream of mine to start a channel like this. I explained my whole story in the first video, but to add to it, I've always loved creating.
Mi se pare
And
nebunesc
this
să
is
faci
something
așa
that really
ceva în
allowed that
casa ta
passion
și
to
având
blossom.
și 3
Every
copii.
week was something new and
Ah.
insane, and I had so much fun inventing new things and doing things that have never been done before, and that's something I want to bring to this channel. If you're
Parcă
looking to
mai
watch
bine
things
n-ar
like how to
făcea-o.
make a plywood cabinet, those channels are super useful, but this isn't that. This channel is about creativity and making things that have never been done before. That's what I'm passionate about and what I love to share with others. If that sounds great to you, then you should subscribe, and not because I need a favor, but because I think this will provide you value. You have my permission to unsubscribe the moment it stops doing that. But anyways, I'm excited to have this project in my home as a reminder of the core of my channel, creativity. I hope that
Și
every time
de
I
aia
use it, I'm
americanii au
reminded of the
casele
channel's
slabe,
purpose.
pentru că
So what
le
is
fac
creativity?
din
Creativity
gips
is all
carton
about
și nu le
combining
fac
things
din
in new
cărămidă.
ways to provide value, whether that's through beauty, provoking thought, or solving a problem. And I think this project will actually achieve all that. And it's not only a project that's creative in and of itself, but it's also something that fuels creativity, because it provides me with a place that I can escape and let my mind wander and dream. If you're wondering how to stimulate your creativity, it's always helpful to change your environment, and that's what this is for me. It's not a place where I'm going to work most of the time. It's a place that I can escape to focus, and hopefully allow God to bring me inspiration for this channel.
Why did I do that? That was the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Speaking of inspiration, someone who
Bine,
has been
măcar
a big
zice că a
inspiration for
făcut
this
o
channel is
prostie.
John Malecki. Here's a bit about him. After leaving the NFL as an offensive lineman on the Pittsburgh Steelers, Malecki jumped into the world of woodworking, eventually starting a woodworking YouTube channel, which now has over 1 million subscribers and 150 million views.
What the screws in there? Oh my goodness, are you serious?
I personally have been watching his channel for years, so the fact that this is coming full circle is pretty cool, and I'm excited to show him what I'm building. I've got a little challenge for him set up as well, so make sure
Mamă,
you
că
stay
și
tuned
de
for
asta
that.
bagă
This
să
fan
poată
install was not near as
ventilație,
seamless as it looks in this video.
să nu
That's
pută
where
după
we're
ce
in.
trage
After the
pășini,
install, it wasn't working. I won't bore you with the
după ce
details, but that
trage
made it so I had to go to
pășini
Home
de
Depot
de
a
la
couple
puturoase
times.
să mă
In
pută.
fact, I went to Home Depot a lot during this project. Like a lot. Home Depot doesn't sponsor this video, but it's one heck of an ad for them. This video is actually sponsored by Mr. Cool, and you can get Mr. Cool AC units at Home Depot, but that's beside the point. At the end of this project, I'm going to tally up just how many times I went to Home Depot, and I think you just might be astonished.
Let's see how we did. Big money, please. Look at all that dust coming through.
But while I was at Home Depot, I did something I'm not proud of. I asked for help finding something, but that's not what I'm talking about. The help that came was a teenage girl, and I'm sorry to say my first thought was, come on, can't an old guy just help me? But to my shame, I told her what I needed, and she led me right to it. I am truly,
Ce tare. Știa o fată
Anyways,
micuță
I spent an entire day trying to
să-l
fix that
ajute.
fan, and I'm starting to think that I was
E
right
că
about not being
micuță,
ready for this project. Turns out the blade was just
18 ani.
stuck on the side. I have to say, the order in which I did the different parts of this project was asinine. If I was skilled, I'd have started from the back and worked my way out of the room. That way I wouldn't have to climb past stuff to get to the back. But that's not what I did. Instead, as you'll see in this video, I worked on some projects in the back of the tiny little room, and then I worked on some in the front of it that blocked the back. And I just kept going back and forth, working on the stuff in the front.
Bine,
made it
măcar
really
care
difficult
ce-i
because I
trebuie.
had to contort myself into the tiny little room to get to the back. This is an example of a time that I skipped to a fun part of the build to the detriment of future Joey. What I'm building here is my solution for how I'm going to get into the tiny office without having to get on my hands and knees to crawl in. Because let's be honest, if getting into that thing shows me even the slightest resistance or is just a little too hard, I'll probably never use it. This board I'm using here isn't your average plywood. This is walnut veneered plywood. If you don't know what plywood is, here's a little crash course sentence. It's
Să
a
vedeți
bunch
și
of
voi.
really thin slices of wood, cross-hatched for
Poate nu
strength
înțelegeți
and
ce
glued
zice.
together. It's pretty much that simple. And if you don't know what veneer is, it's an even thinner
Dacă are.
slice of wood. So this is walnut veneered plywood, meaning there's a slice of walnut the thickness of a vegan's bicep glued to the outside of this regular piece of plywood. And man, is it expensive. A regular slice of hardwood plywood costs around $85, and adding these little paper-thin slices of walnut to this board bumped up the price to $250 a piece. I bought 2 boards for this project and plan on using all of it. I do not want to buy any more, so I really need to be smart with how I use it. Today is a sweltering 105-degree day, and this glue-up's got me feeling stressed. But I'll say this, I'm not hot.
Ți-o
Thanks
1100
to
de
Mr.
lei,
Cool and the DIY mini
cam
split
mult.
that I installed in my garage and my very real, not at all upset backyard here. It may be hot outside, but inside, well,
Ce seamănă
let's
cu
just
Johnny
say I've
Sins.
been considering wearing an extremely thin cardigan. So big thanks to Mr. Cool for sponsoring this video. This is the only true DIY mini split option on the market due to their patented pre-charged refrigerant lines, so there's no professionals required. The only thing that's required is a couple tools, and after installation, again, a light cardigan or maybe even one of those fleece vests my grandpa used to wear,
Or not, because it's also a heater for all those cold winters. I genuinely don't know how long this channel would last with the California summers and no AC. I might have died, guys. And you know what? Mr.
Nu,
Cool
că da
saved
pe
my
lângă.
Okay, too much. This thing will cut your normal operating costs because of its variable speed DC inverter compressor. It has a 7-year compressor and 5-year parts warranty. And you know what? I can tell you all the technical jargon, but here's what you need to know. Easy, cheap, and it'll freeze your buns off. So go get you one of them.
Nu cred că e chiar așa de ieftin. Hai că pentru noi, pentru ei e că ăla e salariul 2000 de euro, 2500 de euro, de dolari. Pentru noi e destul de mult, așa ceva.
This is lacquer. It dries pretty fast and it's somewhat easy to apply, but there are a few downsides to it. It's not super durable, contains some pretty nasty chemicals, and it can be somewhat time consuming to apply. I just had this stuff on hand, so I used it. I went through 4 cans of this stuff here, and each can is like $12. It's especially not suitable for large projects, so I thought this was the best option in the market, but later on, I found a finish that I feel solves all those problems and cures in an astounding 2 minutes. I started this project before my baby daughter was born, hoping to get it done before she came, so that I could be out of the house and not making noise and bothering my wife. Instead, I decided to make a lot of mistakes and take forever. At this point, my daughter is 3 weeks old and napping in the family room, so I had to swap out my impact driver for the quieter drill. I do something dumb and dangerous in a minute. Hopefully Maleki doesn't watch this part of the video. I drill into the concrete to fasten these to the ground. Some of you, like I didn't, because this guy on this project, must know why that's such a dangerous thing. But real quick, I'm adding these spacers between the drawer slides and the ground. When I started to collect them in, I realized the carpet was the ground. Never really slide out the way I had it. I ended up setting the spacers wrong size, guessed it, had to go get some more pressure to the lumber at Home Depot. When I came back, I realized
Chiar mereu Home Depot.
Possibly imagine. I absolutely love it, but while I'm trying to work, it can be a bit distracting. So this office couldn't be coming at a better time. I don't understand it at this point, but apparently I did something wrong here. These drawer slides I installed aren't parallel. You know what problem that causes? Don't worry, you will. At this point, I'm starting to get a little nervous that this tiny office isn't a realistic option for me if after just 30 minutes in there, I start making noises like Emperor Palpatine. But I think it was just the way I was situated there. Hopefully that's
Ce-și
okay.
pucă ne stă spatele.
Hey, dude. Okay, people. All the slides are on. It is now time for the weight test. My weight. We're gonna see how much this thing flexes. Supposedly, each one of these slides is supposed to hold 250 pounds. We're gonna see if that's true. Well, it's holding its own weight, kid. Poor thing out. I see some flex. I see some flex. Ooh, I'm scared. Okay.
Nu prea.
Okay, it's holding. There's a good amount of flex, but it's holding. That's great. Oh, that's great, man. The fact that this thing bottoms out when you step on it is actually perfect for me, because I need to step on it and not get my feet pulled out from under me. That was a good error, but what you're about to see isn't. This is when I realized that I didn't put the drawer slides on parallel with one another. They aren't rolling smoothly, and neither is this project.
No,
Since I didn't
Google.
buy drawer drags, I wasn't super satisfied with the way this turned out. That's so difficult. That's not gonna work.
I'm gonna have to figure out a solution for how draggy those drawer slides are. I don't think I'm gonna use this thing very often if if I have to yank it out and pull it back in, I think it's gonna be difficult. So I don't know, maybe they can motorize it or something.
Don't get your hopes up. I definitely didn't motorize it. I looked into it and it was way too expensive and slow.
Oh, what? I forgot the outlet. Moron.
No. No, I'm a smart man. I'm not a moron. Don't treat yourself like that, Jerry.
This is acoustic slat wall. Not only does it add a lot of cool factor to the room, cool factor, could I sound any more like a dad? Whatever. It also adds soundproofing, which when you're in a tiny box is
Că sună tată, dar el e tată a 3 copii.
one of those instances
Foarte
when
tare.
I really regretted my PEMDAS. I had to install all this stuff while sitting on a drawer slide, and when you have a life-threatening case of grandpa butt, that can get pretty uncomfortable. I said earlier I want to build toward one of the coolest workshops ever, and I need your input how we can do that. I've got a couple upgrades that are coming next video that I'm excited about, but I want your creative suggestions. This lasts a few seconds, but in reality takes a ton of time. I need to button up my behavior if I'm going to reveal this thing to John. In a moment, like I did in my last video with 4 Eyes Furniture, I'm going to FaceTime John, and I'll set up a little challenge with him. He doesn't really know what's going on and what I'm building, so I'm excited. At the point of this recording, it was May 31st, which was a big day for me. It was the release of this channel's first video. So I had a little giddy up in my step, but as you can see here, I'd already started my 3rd project before releasing my very first video. So I was gritting my teeth because I really had no clue how I'd perform and if months and months of work would amount to only 45 views. But I'm thankful to say that it actually went really well, thanks to all of you guys. Another Home Depot run today, folks. I'm starting to understand what Home Depot represents for me. Failure. In fact, I think I'm going to call it Home Uh-oh from now on. Looking back at my trips to the orange store, I realized that all my purchases are the result of not knowing what I'm doing. So I guess that if I don't go to Home Uh-oh at all for a project, it means that I've made it and that I was perfectly equipped. That's what I aspire to. That's the goal. And the Home Depot tally just keeps adding up. You're not going to tell me what you think I'm doing because it's kind of hidden a little bit. And then when I call you right before the final reveal, you're going to tell me what you think I'm doing. And if you are able to guess it correctly, you get a free sponsorship of your latest product. And I will be buying some to give out to my audience. So, here's what I've been doing. I
M-a
blew out
plictisit de asta.
underneath my
Dă dracu. Hai să vedem cum e live-ul. Mai e stream încă. Mai e încă. Ok. Trebuie să filma. Da. Ok. Nu știu. Cam atât a fost și cu live-ul ăsta. A fost un live scurt. Am reacționat la câteva chestii. Poate mâine seară, poate mai facem unul un pic mai lung. Poate. Nu știu. Să vedem cum ne permite timpul. Eu am fost Mati TV. Mulțumesc că ați fost alături de mine și ne auzim altă